Imagine a love so deep, so transformative, that it doesn't just change your relationship, but changes you. A love that goes beyond romance. One that challenges you, helps you grow, and encourages you to be the best version of yourself. This is a kind of love that transcends the surface and reaches the soul. In this speech, we'll explore what it truly means to love and be loved in a way that empowers, strengthens, and brings lasting happiness. If you're ready to unlock the deepest, most fulfilling connection in your life, stay with me until the end. When we think about love, many of us picture a feeling that comes and goes, something that can be easily described in words like romantic, passionate, or affectionate. However, true love runs much deeper than these surface-level emotions. Love is a profound psychological connection that reaches far beyond the conscious mind, stirring both awaking thoughts and unconscious desires. It is not just a momentary experience, it is a powerful force that shapes our thoughts, actions, and identity. A man who truly loves a woman understands that this bond is not just about attraction or shared interests. It is an integration of two souls coming together in an almost spiritual sense. Love, in this form, calls for transformation. It challenges both individuals to become the best versions of themselves. It forces you to confront the deepest parts of your psyche, your fears, your insecurities, your hidden desires. This deep connection awakens a part of you that you may have never fully explored. Think about the times in your life when you've truly loved someone, not the fleeting crushes, but real, deep love. Didn't you feel as though a new, more enlightened version of yourself emerged? That's the power of love, when it touches the deepest parts of you. It's not about control or superficial attraction. It's about a soul-deep connection that forces you to grow, evolve, and change in ways you may not have expected. So, when a man truly loves a woman, he begins a journey of self-awareness and self-realization through their connection. He doesn't just love her for who she is, he loves her because she is the mirror to his own growth. This connection becomes a catalyst for transformation, a catalyst for a life lived with intention, purpose, and true happiness. True love isn't just about feeling good in the moment or seeking temporary happiness. Love is a transformative force that calls for self-realization. When a man truly loves a woman, he doesn't just engage in the relationship with her, he seeks to grow alongside her. The beauty of love lies not only in connection, but in its ability to help each person evolve into their highest self. Love awakens the deeper parts of us that remain dormant until we meet someone who challenges. Self-realization through love requires deep introspection and vulnerability. A man who loves truly understands that he is not simply with a woman for comfort or companionship, but for a shared journey toward becoming the best versions of themselves. This isn't just about making the other person happy. It's about evolving, both individually and together, in a way that brings you closer to who you were always meant to be. It's a process of understanding your strengths, confronting your flaws, and accepting your growth. In love, you begin to see yourself more clearly. The relationship acts as a mirror that reflects not just your desires and ambitions, but also your fears, insecurities, and limitations. True love compels you to confront these aspects, and in doing so, you unlock deeper layers of your identity. A man who loves deeply knows that he cannot truly love another without understanding himself. If you are seeking happiness and fulfillment, this is the secret. Love isn't just about romantic gestures. It's about personal growth and transformation. A relationship, when embraced with the right mindset, holds the potential to help you achieve the self-realization you've always longed for. So don't just look for love that fills your needs. Look for love that pushes you toward the person you are meant to become. When a man truly loves a woman, it's not just about what he offers her. It's also about what he has cultivated within himself. To love deeply, a man must find a balance between the animus, the masculine energy, and the anima, the feminine energy, within his own psyche. This balance is essential because love is not about one side overpowering the other. It's about integrating both sides of who we are, embracing both our strengths and vulnerabilities, and understanding the depth of human connection. The animus represents strength, assertiveness, and logic, while the anima embodies empathy, emotional depth, and intuition. When a man can honor both energies, he brings a richer, more holistic presence into his relationship. He is not just a provider or protector, he is also the listener, the nurturer, and the guide. This balance allows him to approach love with wisdom, compassion, and a deep understanding of what it means to be truly present for another person. In embracing the feminine energy within, a man becomes more attuned to his own emotions, and this emotional intelligence is the foundation of a deeper, more meaningful connection. When he can understand his own feelings and vulnerabilities, he can relate more authentically to the woman he loves. This is not about weakness. This is about strength, true vulnerability. And it is this strength that makes him capable of offering real, unconditional love. For many of us, we may have been taught that love is simply about strength, dominance, or providing. But true love is built on the integration of both masculine and feminine qualities. It is when these two energies harmonize that a man is truly able to love deeply, not just on the surface, but in a way that fosters true happiness and fulfillment for both partners. This balance is the key to creating a lasting, harmonious relationship. In the journey of love, one of the most powerful forces at play is projection. When a man truly loves a woman, he often projects his deepest desires, dreams, and unresolved emotions onto her. This projection can be both enlightening and challenging. It is a reflection of the deepest parts of himself that he may not fully understand yet. When he looks at her, he may see not only who she is, but who he hopes to become, or who he believes he is deep down inside. Protection is a natural psychological process. A man may see qualities in the woman he loves that resonate with his own unmet needs or aspirations. He might project his own sense of idealism, his desires for fulfillment, or even his unconscious wounds onto her. This is why sometimes in the early stages of love, we feel as though we have found someone who perfectly matches our ideal vision of happiness. She becomes not just who she is, but the embodiment of everything we want in life. However, it's crucial to understand that projection is not always a reflection of the other person's true nature. It is instead a mirror of our own internal world. A man who loves deeply must recognize this dynamic. He must be aware that the woman he loves is not a perfect vessel for his dreams, but a human being with her own complexity. By recognizing his projections, a man can free his partner from unrealistic expectations and create a more authentic, grounded connection. In love, projection is both an opportunity and a challenge. It pushes him to understand himself on a deeper level, to recognize what he desires from the relationship, and to separate fantasy from reality. By confronting his projections, a man can create a space for true love to flourish, grounded in mutual understanding and respect, the key ingredients for happiness and fulfillment in any relationship. In any truly loving relationship, empathy and vulnerability are the foundations upon which trust, understanding, and connection are built. When a man truly loves a woman, he recognizes that love is not just about providing or protecting, but about being open, vulnerable, and deeply attuned to the emotional needs of his partner. This requires courage, the courage to show his true self with all his flaws, fears, and imperfections. Empathy is the ability to feel and understand what another person is experiencing. A man who loves with empathy listens, not just to the words his partner speaks, but to the unspoken emotions, the silent cries for understanding or reassurance. He is attuned to her inner world, her joys, her sorrows, and everything in between. He doesn't just hear her, he feels with her. This deep connection creates a space where both partners can be themselves without fear of judgment. But empathy alone isn't enough. Vulnerability plays a crucial role in forming a deep and lasting bond. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is the willingness to show up as your authentic self, even when it's uncomfortable. It is the courage to express your fears, your doubts, and your emotions, knowing that true love thrives in this openness. A man who loves truly doesn't hide behind walls or facade. He allows himself to be seen for who he truly is, even in his moments of weakness, because he knows that this honesty creates a deeper, more meaningful connection. The beauty of empathy and vulnerability is that they create a safe space for growth. When a man can be empathetic and vulnerable, he encourages his partner to do the same, and together they create a relationship rooted in honesty, trust, and mutual respect. This is the kind of love that leads to true happiness, the kind of love that allows both partners to feel heard, valued, and deeply connected. True love is not just about mutual admiration or romantic gestures, it is about sacrifice. When a man truly loves a woman, he is often willing to put her needs on par with his own. This isn't about losing oneself, but about prioritizing the well-being and happiness of the person he loves, even when it requires personal sacrifice. Sacrificial love is not about giving up your identity or dreams, but about making the conscious decision to place the relationship above ego, pride, or immediate gratification. A man who loves selflessly is willing to make tough choices for the sake of his partner's happiness, growth, and well-being. This could mean sacrificing time, energy, or resources, not because he is obligated, but because he understands that love is built on a foundation of giving. In moments of challenge, when his partner needs support, a man who loves deeply chooses to stand by her, even if it means facing his own discomfort or making personal sacrifice. Sacrifice doesn't always have to be grand or dramatic. It can be found in the small everyday actions. It might be as simple as listening when she needs to speak or offering a helping hand when she's overwhelmed. It's about being there, not just when it's convenient, but also when it's difficult. True love asks us to give, not out of a sense of obligation, but out of a deep sense of commitment and connection. What often gets lost in modern relationships is the understanding that love requires a willingness to step beyond the self. A man who loves sacrificially doesn't expect anything in return, yet the love he gives ultimately strengthens the bond he shares with his partner. It's the kind of love that leads to deeper satisfaction, not because of what we receive, but because of the joy we give. One of the most profound ways a man demonstrates his love for a woman is by creating a safe space, a sanctuary where she can be her true self, free from judgment, pressure, or fear of rejection. True love goes beyond simply being together. It's about fostering an environment where both partners can grow, evolve, and become the best versions of themselves. When a man truly loves, he understands that growth is not just individual but shared. This safe space allows both partners to flourish in their own unique ways without fear of stifling each other's potential. Creating a safe space means embracing each other's vulnerabilities, recognizing that personal development often comes with challenges and setbacks. It's about offering unconditional support, even when things get tough. A man who loves deeply doesn't try to change the woman he loves to fit his ideals. Instead, he encourages her to embrace her individuality, to pursue her passions, and to explore her full potential. He listens without judgment, provides guidance when needed, and accepts her flaws and all. Think about the importance of feeling truly seen and understood. When a woman feels safe in a relationship, she can fully express herself, knowing that she will be supported no matter what. This creates an environment where both partners feel valued and appreciated, fostering a deeper emotional connection. When both partners feel free to be their authentic selves, love becomes a catalyst for growth, transformation, and mutual fulfillment. A man who truly loves understands that love is not just about maintaining the status quo, but about constantly evolving. The beauty of a loving relationship lies in the freedom it offers, the freedom to grow, learn, and thrive as individuals while still being connected as a couple. This is how love becomes a source of true happiness, because both partners are free to become the best versions of themselves. Love is not a static or simple thing, it's a dynamic interplay of contrasts. The dance of opposites is a fundamental aspect of a relationship where two people, though different, find harmony in their differences. When a man truly loves a woman, he doesn't expect her to be a mirror image of himself. Instead, he embraces their contrasts, the passions, the personalities, the perspectives that may initially seem at odds. In these differences lies the beauty of true connection, where two people come together not in uniformity but in complementary. This dance is the beautiful balance of independence and togetherness, strengths and vulnerability, logic and emotion. A man who loves deeply understands that these opposing forces do not tear a relationship apart, rather they enrich. He accepts that there will be times when his partner's emotions challenge his logical mind, or when her need for space contrasts with his desire for closeness. Yet instead of seeing these as obstacles, he sees them as opportunities for growth. Think about the harmony in music. The most powerful melodies are not created by a single note, but by the combination of multiple, sometimes contrasting notes. In the same way, the dance of opposites in love creates a beautiful, intricate connection that would not be possible without both individuals bringing their unique selves to the relationship. This dance is not always easy. It requires patience, respect, and understanding, especially when conflicts arise from differing viewpoints or emotional needs. But when two people are willing to honor their differences, they create a love that is richer, deeper, and more fulfilling. It's a relationship where both partners are allowed to be their authentic selves while working in harmony toward common goals. True love is not about creating perfect unity, it's about finding strength and beauty in the contrast. When a man truly loves a woman, he understands that love is not about seeking perfection, it's about the commitment to growth. In a world that often pressures us to strive for flawlessness, real love transcends these unrealistic expectations. It's not about fixing one another or demanding change to fit a mold. It's about embracing the imperfections and committing to growing together as individuals and as a couple. Growth, not perfection, is the true goal of love. Perfection is an illusion. No one is perfect, and no relationship is free of challenges. But in a committed, loving partnership, each individual is dedicated to learning, evolving, and improving, not for the sake of meeting an ideal, but for the sake of becoming the best versions of themselves. A man who truly loves a woman will actively support her growth, whether it's in her career, personal development, or emotional well-being, and will do so with patience, encouragement, and understanding. He knows that it's the process of growth that brings fulfillment, not the arrival at some unattainable state of perfection. True love isn't about being flawless together. It's about working through the difficulties, the misunderstandings, and the mistakes together, and emerging stronger with each challenge. A man who loves deeply commits to facing life's obstacles hand in hand with his partner, knowing that growth often arises from struggle. Every experience, whether positive or negative, is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and become better as individuals and as a couple. Love in its truest form requires resilience and an unwavering dedication to growth. Commitment to growth is the foundation for long-term happiness and fulfillment in any relationship. This commitment transforms the love between two people into something real, dynamic, and ever-evolving. A journey that brings happiness, fulfillment, and connection. One of the most profound ways a man demonstrates his love for a woman is by respecting her individuality. True love is not about ownership or control, but about honoring the uniqueness of the person you love. When a man truly loves a woman, he doesn't try to mold her into his image or hold her back from pursuing her dreams. He supports her in becoming the fullest version of herself, free to explore her passions, desires, and ambition. Respect for individuality is about recognizing that each person in a relationship brings their own identity, experiences, and perspectives. A man who loves deeply sees his partner as a separate and equal individual with her own voice, values, and vision for her life. This respect allows both partners to remain autonomous while also being deeply connected. It's the understanding that love thrives when both individuals are free to express themselves fully without fear of judgment or restriction. Think about the freedom that comes with being in a relationship where both people feel understood, accepted, and encouraged to be their authentic selves. When a man supports his partner's individuality, he creates an environment where both partners feel valued for who they are, not just for what they can do for each other. This leads to a relationship built on mutual respect and admiration, where both people can grow and flourish in their own ways while also sharing a life together. In love, there's no room for domination or suppression. There is only room for celebration of each person's unique qualities, talents, and aspirations. A man who truly loves a woman knows that this respect for individuality is the key to a lasting, fulfilling relationship. When both partners feel free to be themselves, they create a bond that is stronger, deeper, and more meaningful. A bond that leads to true happiness and fulfillment. In conclusion, love is a dynamic and transformative force. A man who truly loves a woman does so with deep empathy, vulnerability, and respect for her individuality. He embraces growth, sacrifice, and the understanding that love isn't about perfection, but about committing to the journey of becoming the best versions of themselves together. It's a dance of opposites, a shared commitment to growth, and a foundation built on trust and mutual respect. Thank you for being part of this journey. May you find love that inspires growth, brings happiness, and allows both of you to flourish. Good luck and thank you.